I'm live here on 140th Center Street, where two individuals, one 18 years old, Emir Balat, and a 19 years old Ibrahim Kayumi, both from Pennsylvania, are facing federal charges here for an ISIS-inspired attempted bombing on March 7 next to Gracie Mansion, where the current mayor, Mandani, stays. So the 18 years old Emir Balat and 19 years old Ibrahim Kayumi, both from Pennsylvania, are facing federal charges for an ICE-inspired attempted bombing on March 7 near Gracie Mansion, where the current mayor of New York City, Mandani, lives. Now, I want to stress two centric, two important key, and that will actually shift the essence of what is going on here behind me here. So if you're on live here where I'm standing, that's the court. I mean, that's the federal court where this trial will be taking place here. If I'm not mistaken, at about 2 o'clock, 2:30 or so. Yeah. Now, these two individuals, 18, 19, from Pennsylvania, the matter of fact, their objective here, these two young teens' objective here was to create an act or carry on an attempt that would be a little bit more global, that would have a global impact. And as NYPD or as people on site who have it, that did not explode the way it was intended. So if you guys can recall, in 2013, during the marathon, that bombing that took place, is still set as the most historical. So these two young teens wanted to set something, a record that's greater than that. All right, and I'll kind of break it down a little bit more here. What was inclusive in the TATP that solidified that they could have done worse than what was done. Now, I want to stress on their two counts while they're here, and the main charges that these two young teens face here today. One, providing material to terrorist organization. According to federal law in the state, just in this country as a whole, that's a crime in itself. All right, and that is one of their convictions. That's one of the convictions, and I think that's major. Supplying, providing explosive or weapon to terrorist organization. Now that will go a little bit more in depth, because a terrorist organization, what kind, which one, that we don't know, and that will be discussed right here today in the courtroom, and we will know exactly who were the organization that these teams in any form supplied, or what terroristic organization that these teams in any form were related to and supplied. So we'll find that out here. And another one here is a conspiracy to use a weapon of mass destruction. Now you hear that word again, mass destruction. It's some of an adjective, mass destruction. All right, so that conspiring to create mass destruction. Like I said again, these kids' intention was to create an explosion that would be greater than any explosion that have occurred at all. And what would make that more historical? That it was taking place right in front of the mayor, the current mayor, Mandani, Gracie Mansion. That would have been more relevant because it's happening right there when a new mayor's in office. Now, what transpired? We will get to that. What brought in these young teens to want to carry on this explosive? We will get to that. All right, I will bring you guys to that part. Now the attacks according to the young teen, the attacks was intended, I don't want to say set a trend, because it will not be the best term to say set a trend. They want to be, well, let me use the right word. The right word that maybe it makes more sense. If that would have happened, if that explosive would have taken place, they would have been the youngest, that's 18 and 19, they probably would have been the youngest to carry on such an act. Now, let's look at what was within the explosive, all right? What was within the explosive, all right? They described the explosive as TATP. That's the adjective that would describe in the explosive. Now they call it triaceton, and then triperoxide. So triaceton. So what was in these kids, these young teens, very smart, man, you gotta be smart. These kids, these team were very smart. I'm gonna be honest, man, very smart team, very, very smart. Because what they had in the bomb that it created, I mean, it made total sense why they were actually going for the most explosive, destructive attack ever in the state of New York City. What it had was the triaceton. If you guys know what triaceton is, you guys can do a Google AI. It breaks it down. That's a dangerous explosive. Now, another one it had was triperoxide. If you mix these two, triaceton and triperoxide, if you mix these two combination is classified as mother sin. If you mix these two chemical, you get mother sin. That's the combination and how impactful these two explosive. If that would have happened, that what we would have gotten, mother sin. It would have exploded. And a matter of fact, we don't even know to what extent that explosion would have extended. From Gracie Mansion would have gone as far as Madani place of residence. That we don't know. Yeah, so standing here now, these two young teens coming in with our bond. So there's no bond set. These kids are not coming out. They will go through this court process. And if they are convicted, they will go to jail for life. But for now, no bond at all. Now, when the incident took place, let me give you guys a little breakdown here how everything unfolded. Right now, I mean, I think all of us already know that Mandani is more of a Muslim, right? More Muslim. And there was a protest. Let me let that noise go down a little bit. What's up, man? So there was a protest. I mean, as we all know, I'm in New York City. I'm a New Yorker, hands down. Now, we all know Mandani is Muslim. He's a Muslim, right? And the protests that was going on were more or less folks who oppose, more or less opposition. So the protests were more or less Muslims having that protest. And I will believe, and I want you guys to do a little research on that, I will believe that these two kids were more or less on the opposite end of the spectrum. And when I say opposite end of the spectrum, they went against the protest. Should I use the right word, against the protest? And if you guys in the comment, leave a comment for me. And if I say something that's not correct, just remind me, okay? Remind me. I'm open to correction. If I made a mistake here, let me know. Whether they were opposite of the protest, or they were within the protest, or they supported the protest, I want you to kind of give me a little bit more details on that. All right. Now, for some reason, based on the matter of fact, I was there when that unfolded. I was there when NYPD retrieved the explosive. I was there. If you guys can see some of my videos, I posted that on there. When they retrieved those explosives, I was in a car. I was there. The matter of fact, let me give you guys a little summary. I was at Gracie Mansion at that time to film the protest. Let me be clear. To film the protest. And then while I was filming the protest, I seen a bunch of police cars just heading uphill. At that point in time, I just left the protest, and not to know where the cops' car was going in that direction. That's where that explosive in the car was set. The roads were black. We couldn't go in. A bunch of police car, undercover car, detectives. That was more, I don't want to say more rally, but that was where, in my opinion, as a journalist, to see the amount of police cars, the amount of detectives that were there. In my opinion, is, I'm gonna get NYPD some credit. NYPD is good at their job. They are really good at their job. They know their job very well. They are well trained, hands down. I'm not gonna take away from NYPD. When it comes to making sure the city is safe, they do their job. I'm gonna give that credit to NYPD. They do their job to make sure that New Yorkers are safe. So I'm gonna give them that credit. I ain't gonna take that away. You know what I mean? There's a lot of credit I'm gonna give NYPD, but I'm gonna give them this credit on this part, to be honest. You know what I mean? I don't give NYPD too much credit, to be honest, but when it comes to making sure the city's safe, I give NYPD a credit. I don't give NYPD too much credit now. Let me be clear now. So I'm not one of these smooth, sweet-talking, journalists who give police credit. I just don't. But I give NYPD credit when credit's due. All right? So yes, in this case, with these teams trying to carry on that explosion, I got to get NYPD credit. As a matter of fact, even Mandani give NYPD credit because NYPD have not stepped in. Not only will people die, but the explosion, I don't even know to what extent that would have gone. I don't know, to be honest. I don't know to what extent that explosion would have gone. Whether that explosion would have blown up buildings, I don't know. Whether that explosion would have blown up the Gracie Mansion where Mandani stays, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. But what I do know, that would have been a detrimental explosion. The detrimental explosion. In my mind, just looking at the chemical, the mixture of the chemical, if that would have happened, in my opinion, it would have caused more damages than I can imagine. So NYPD, thumbs up. All right, I'm gonna give you guys a thumbs up here. Now those two kids, the 18 and 19, are without bail. They will stay behind bars through the whole entire court proceeding. And if they are convicted, more or less, I don't want to emphasize what the impact will be, because that's not my decision to determine what that will be. But I wouldn't say life. It could be life. I don't know. The 18, the 19, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. I don't know the magnitude of the length of time that they could serve in jail based on these two charges. I don't even know whether each of the charges, how many years they carry apart. I don't know. Maybe one of the charges carry 15, another 10. I don't know. So I don't want to give you guys an estimation that is not precise, right? And I don't want to say that they're going to serve life in jail because the age that they are, it probably wouldn't be. That's my guess. That is my guess. Would you guys serve enough time? Yes, they will. Would the kids do enough time? Yes, they will. They will do enough time if they are convicted. And with the charges here, providing material to terrorist organization, I don't know how much years that carries. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. But just in my head, if I can look back on the Sean Diddy Combs and say, okay, Sean Diddy Combs trial each year carry 10 years. With this right here, I would say, and that is just my own estimation here, right? Maybe 15 years apiece. 15 apiece. Let's assume that, 15. So let's assume providing material to terroristic organization, let's say 15 years, right? Let's assume that. That's my guess. All right? And we got to do a research and see if it's true. Do a research that says, maybe go to AI and say, okay, providing material to terroristic organization in New York City. What is the term? Life term. And you guys let me know, all right? So I'm just giving a rough estimate here. I am Jamar, and I am from Southern England. Hey, Jamal, how you doing, Jamal? What is he even in about my motherfucker, like my official with his little, yeah, Jamar, you are a loso with that hat. Thank you, Jamar. Thank you. I like the comment. All right, so now I want you guys to do an AI search, say material providing to terroristic organization. What is the length of time in New York City? And then you gotta let me know what the length of time is in that chat so I can add it on. And the second one will be conspiracy or conspiring. Let me use the word conspiring to use a weapon of mass destruction. Also go to AI and say conspiring to use a weapon of mass destruction in New York City. What is the length? And then you guys can know. So I'm just giving you guys a broad number here, right? So let's assume conspiring to use a weapon of mass destruction, 15 years. That's my guess, 15 years, right? It could be 20, let's say 15. And then material or providing material to terrorist organization. Let's say another 15, 30 years, right? So these kids are 18 and 19. So if we do 30 years apiece, one of the kids will come out of jail at the age of 48. Another kid will come out of jail at the age of 49, right? Now, technically, with the new age we are in with AI, you would never say these kids have lost it all. Because by the time these kids come out, I mean, AI will be so explosive, so they will fit right in the trend. And when I say fit right in the trend, it won't be like, oh man, your life is wasted because you served 30 years in jail. You know, it won't come across like that, because at that point in time, when these kids come out of jail 30 years from now, I mean, with AI, you really don't need to work. You don't need a job. You know what I mean? So their source of making a living will still be accessible. Now, but if they're doing life, then that's a whole different ball game. Let me see in the chat here. Let me see. He is from West Africa with a mega hat. Oh, yeah. I'm from West Africa. Oh, Wu-Tang. How you doing, Wu-Tang? I cannot listen to him. This is a stupidity. It is not the finest. Thank you, bro. Who else again? What is he even about? All right. Another comment here. You are not a lost soul. You are a lost soul. Okay, great. Somebody said I'm a lost soul. Who else here again? Hey, I'm Jamar Jamiz. I am from Southampton in England. How you doing? Jasmine. Yeah, so pretty much here that's what we are here. That's what we are. So now these kids' objective, their objective was to carry on an explosion that is greater or that will be historically greater. That's their focus. They even said very clear that they want to carry on this act that will probably override. If you guys were at the 2013 marathon where the explosion took place, that bomb, that mass explosion took place. If this explosion, where the kids now facing the crime, if that would have taken place at Gracie Mansion, if that explosion would have exploded beyond its max, it would have been the greatest explosion to be, and let me be more clear, since COVID. It probably would have been. Now, let me give you guys a little description of that explosion. I think I didn't kind of touch on that. TATP. That is my abbreviation. TATP, triacetin, and triperaxin. Now, if you guys in college, if you've been to college, if you mix those two chemicals, you get an explosion that that is just naturally detrimental. Just naturally detrimental. All right? Now, that explosion is classified according to these young teen, or just the cohesiveness of that explosion, mother sin. So if you mix these two chemicals together, what the kids were intending to use at Gracie Mansion, the outcome of that would have been referred to as the mother sin. Let me see any more comment here. The guy is not too smart. Hey, God, you seen the shirt I got on? You seen the shirt? Don't get crazy now. You see this right here? You see this right here? You don't go to this school, just go to this school. You heard? And don't let it have fool you now. Don't let it have fool you now. You see this right here? You don't just go here. You got to have some brain to go here, all right? Now, so Madani was not there when the explosion took place. He wasn't there, and that's the most recent report that we got when these young team right here carried on that explosion. Madani was not there. All right. Now, let me wrap up this real quick here, and let me touch on something here. Another part here that I didn't touch on. I like the comment, guy. I like the comment. I like the comment. I like the comment. You like the hat? Good, good, good. I like the comment. All right. Yeah, well, 18 years old Emir Balat, B-A-L-T. Look that up, guys. And then a 19 years old Ibrahim Kayumi, K-A-Y-U-M-I. Both from Pennsylvania. Both of these young teen from Pennsylvania. They're standing here in front of the federal court today. They should be here about maybe 2 o'clock, 2:30 or so. Yeah. Any more questions, guys? Any more questions? You know, let's focus on what's going on and not on the hat and not on the t-shirt. Good. Now, so the incident took place here. No. The incident these young teens are facing right now. And like I said again, let's do a rough estimate, right? Let's do a rough estimate, all right? I'm gonna read out these teen charges, right? And we will do a research here. And I want you guys to go to AI, just put that in. Just as I read it, put that in and ask what will be the length in New York City, what the charge will be. Providing material to terrorist organization. Go to AI for me, guys. Go to AI and say, providing material to terrorist organization in New York City. What is the length of time anyone was served? Because I'm just going to say maybe 15 years apiece. That is my guess, 15 apiece. And if a kid is about 15 apiece, so we got 2 charges here. So about what, 15, 30? And you got a kid who is 18, coming out of jail, 48. Another one is 19, coming out of jail, 49. Technically, you know, they're not missing nothing. You know what I mean? Coming right into the AI age. You know, they're not missing nothing. Any question? Somebody says sleep Trump. Somebody says sleep Trump. Love it. I love it. I love it. Somebody says sleep Trump. Let me see something right here. All right. So I want you guys to go, just do a Google search or do an AI search. I mean, you can use any of the AI sources or console and Google providing material to terrorist organization. And I'm trying to give a breakdown here on providing material, but I don't want to kind of like go ahead of the of the case here, because then it defeats the essence of being here. And not only just that, I don't want to just give out information that maybe is not inclusive in whatever is going on back there. So I would just leave that providing material, because it's not specified which organization these 18 and 19 years old were supplying weapons, not weapons, or materials to. It did not state that. So I don't want to kind of emphasize, you know, and say, oh, maybe it was ICE or ISIS. But they're all being charged under the condition of ICE inspired. So that is one of the motivation behind these young teen motive, that they were ICE inspired. Now, what stood out to me the most when I read their conviction or their pending cases or the pending cases, providing material to terrorist organization. I was trying to do a research as to what organization, which one. I could not find exactly which one. So today, after the court proceeding is over, we will know exactly which organization the 18 years old Imar, and the 19 years old Ibrahim was part or affiliated with, and what supplies did they supply that organization? Was it monetary supplies? Was it services that it provided? Was it information that we don't know that it provided? Who knows? So that's one of the most intricate part of the court proceeding today that will be discussed. Conspiring to use a weapon of mass destruction. Conspiring. I'm very wordful. When I hear words, certain word, when it sound a certain way, it clicks. Because I'm very wordful. I know how to use words. So when I hear words being used, conspiring, and the context is used, weapon of mass destruction, then it brings it down to the chemicals, the ingredients that are within the explosion. Now, like I said again, the two chemicals, if you guys been in science classes or chemical classes, those classes you're in, you understand certain chemicals just don't blend, except you're trying to create something destructive. All right? Then that way it works. Somebody said Trump is the ghost. Come on, guys, let's stay focused now. Somebody said Trump is the GOAT. You know what I mean? I want to stay focused on here, you know what I mean? Because when I start talking about Trump, it's going to be a whole different discussion here, right? So let's just stay on the discussion here. Now, if you guys are not, I'm gonna keep this live going on. Can you guys hear me now? Put my volume up. Hello. Let me know you can hear me. I see you guys laughing, man. You are on mute. No, I'm not on mute. Am I on mute for real? Hold on. Let me put my headphone on. My headphone on here. Let's see if I'm on mute. All right, let me put my headphone and test the thing and make sure I'm on mute. Yes, we can hear you. Yeah, someone tell me can hear me. Come on, man. Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah. Okay, let me test it. Let me test the mic myself. Let me test the mic and make sure if I can hear myself. Okay, guys? The matter of fact, this is my podcast mic. It's not weird. It's my podcast mic right here. And you guys let me know. All right, you guys let me know. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, you guys can hear me because I can hear myself. I didn't want to put the headphone on, but I can hear myself here. Any more questions besides the Trump? We do hear you. Okay, good, guys. So now, I want you guys to do me a quick favor here, right? Do a research, and I want to know what would be the length of time these kids going to serve, right? So I'm going to list the charges, and I want you guys to do a research. I know you guys are very smart. A lot of you guys on the live here are very, very smart. I know you guys are genius, smart. So what we're going to do, I'm going to read the charges, and I want you guys to do an AI search or a Google search, right? And gear that to New York City. Now, watch this. Providing material to a terrorist organization. What is the length of time one can serve in New York City? I want you guys to put that in there and then let me know in the live here. You are the name of those chemicals you are. All right, I take it. 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 Yeah. So providing material to terrorist organization in New York City. What is the length of time anyone was served? You guys just tell me in there, because my estimation here is about maybe 15 years or so, 20 the max. Just let me know what AI says. What in the hell is he talking about? All right. So, okay, let me give you guys a recap here because someone asking me what am I talking about, right? So I'm standing here on 40th Center Street, where two teens, 18 and 19, Emir, 18 years old, and Ibrahim, 19 years old, will be tried here. These two teens are from Pennsylvania. These teens came here to New York City, are not far from the Gracie Mansion, and launched an explosive. And these kids are being indicted for those explosives. That's why we're here. So any question, Black conservative, have common sense. What is your channel? Oh, my channel, you gotta see my channel. My channel is TBA News, TBA NNTV. That's my channel you're on right now. So yeah, any more questions, guys? I want you guys to do that research for me quick. So let's do how long these kids gonna serve, right? I got an estimation here of 15 years in jail. And you gotta tell me what is 20 years. What does AI say? 20 years in jail, 15 or 10 apiece. And the second charge here will be conspiring to use a weapon of mass destruction. So we all agree 15 years apiece, right? We all agree on our charge, right? 15 years apiece, right? Now, the judge may say a life. I mean, I'm Jake Showman. The judge could be like, you know what? I'm gonna give you guys life. I'm gonna give you guys 20 years, 30 years. Who knows? This is just my rough estimation here, how long these guys are gonna serve in jail. I'm just saying 30, combined 30, straight 30 years flat. Any more questions, guys? This is not interesting at all. Why? Because I got a Trump hat on, huh? I know. All right. I take it. Now, the question here, someone asked me when I did a podcast 2 days ago, they were asking me, what was the motivation behind that? That these two terroristic teams came from Pennsylvania to New York City. What was the motivation? Well, according to NYPD, they were ICE inspired. That's what the description of NYPD. They were ICE inspired. Now you gotta know what. When you're inspired by something, then you act on that, right? So they were ICE inspired. That was the motivation behind that, right? And since they were already ICE inspired, these kids were like, you know what? We're not just going to go to a protest and just, protest and just try to maybe disrupt the protest, but let's make history. Let's create a bomb and take that bomb to that place that protest is going on, and let's just cause chaos. So not only the kids were trying to disrupt the protest, but they were trying to also make history. All right, and that's something that that part of the let me use the right adjective, right? That were all part of their motive of being there. So they got there on the 7th of March. The protests were happening at Gracie Mansion, and the kids got there. They already had the explosion already with them. It was in the car. They had fuel on them, and the fuel that they had went off, but it did not go off as they intended. Now, I'm gonna have to give NYPD your credit. I always say it again. I'm not known to give NYPD too much credit, right? But NYPD stepped up and put an end to that chaos. Because if that bomb would have gone off, it doesn't matter what state you're in. You would have known two young teens from Pennsylvania came to New York City and exploded the whole city. Now, a lot of you guys are not from New York City. Maybe you're from a city where it's not condensed, it's not packed. But in New York City, we are really, really squeezed tight. So if you drop an explosion in the city, obviously, it will have some level of impact, hands down. So like I said again, I'm gonna give NYPD credit for that responsive reaction by stepping there and continuing that whole thing. And I was there, like I said again, I was there when that explosion was removed from the car and transported. I was right there live filming that when that happened. So I got to give NYPD a credit on that. And even Mayor Mandani even give NYPD credit for being very swift and very quick to contain that. Or else it would have been an explosion that it would have been a history, to be honest. It would have been. Premeditated. Someone said that. Who said that? Running Bay 11. Premeditated. You're right. Premeditated. I love that. Ronnie Bear 11 says premeditated. That's exactly what I was trying to find, that adjective to describe that. Is that an adjective or an adjective to describe that? Premeditated. That's exactly what these young teens. I mean, you know what? They're young. They're young. 18, 19. You know what I mean? What do you expect? 18, 19. Young teen. You know what I mean? Got too much time on their hands. And they were radicalized. You know what I mean? As going to NYPD, they were radicalized. And there are several ways that they were radicalized, but I believe that we will find out here in this courthouse here how they got radicalized, how they knew that they were radicalized. These are things that we will find out eventually. We'll find that out here in the courthouse today. I want to know exactly how they were radicalized. Someone told me in one of my lives that they were already Muslim. That's what I was told. And I don't want to take that. I don't want to throw that away and say that's not true, because they're 19 years old. Name is Ibrahim. So, and then if you look at the 18 years old Emir, and if you look at the last name Balat, it kind of makes sense. But again, I don't want to be the first to throw it out there and say, oh yeah, they were Muslim. You know what I mean? I want to be very, very mindful on how I generalize something or make up something. You know what I mean? I don't want to lie to you guys. I don't want to give wrong information. I don't want to exaggerate. I don't want to say something that I don't have any evidence. I'm a journalist. You know what I mean? I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys facts. But if you guys say something to me in the live, I will do a research here. Or if you guys ask me any question that I cannot answer correctly, I will say, I don't know. I will find that out. All right. Now, it is the belief that we are to die. Okay, someone said that. Someone said in the live again, is the belief. Who said that? Ronnie Bear. Ronnie Bear is my more active person in the live here. She said, it is their belief that we are to die. Now, I've heard this before. Where one of the most easier way to go to heaven, if you stand for something and die for something very major. You know what I mean? And I don't want to say that's Islamic belief. I don't want to say that. I'm very mindful again. I don't want to say that's an Islamic belief. Now, I want to be very mindful saying that, because they're going to come across to be like he said it, right? I've heard that is one of the most easy access of going to heaven by doing that. So, for example, like if that explosion would have gone off and those kids would have died in that explosion with other people dying, that would be an easy passage, because that's doing right. Even though to you and I would be wrong, but it would be doing right. Which in that literal sense will lead to heaven, because they are taking a stand for something that's against their faith. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? I'm just giving you guys a breakdown on what Ronnie Bear 11 just says. It is their belief that we are to die. Someone said mega power. Okay, I take that, mega power. Nice Harvard shirt. Thank you. You been to Harvard? Anybody been to Harvard in the life? Thank you. I bet you cannot spell. Who else in the live? Take that hat off. I'm gonna take that hat off. The poor hit Trumps. All right. I like that. Behind every action, there's the opposite reaction. I love that. You know, Ronnie Bear is one of my most active person in the life here. To every reaction, okay. Let me quote it right. To every reaction is an opposite and an equal reaction. Am I right? Am I quoting that right? To every reaction is an equal and opposite reaction to that reaction. Am I right? So yeah. So when you come to a city and you're not from the city and you come in here and you're trying to create something chaotic and kill people, that resistance that you will get will match that effort that's been applied. And like I said again, NYPD did extremely well, to be honest. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give NYPD a major credit for stopping this terror bomb. Imagine this though. Imagine that. I want you guys to get a visual. Let me put you guys and put a thinking cap on, right? Just imagine a protest. I don't know what he got being a protest at all. But a protest in New York City is, I mean, we're talking about 100 people, 200 people at a protest. And depending on the magnitude of that protest, the number can rack up easily, very quickly, right? So let's assume about 250 people were at the protest where the team were trying to blow up. Just imagine if that bomb would have gone off. 250 people. If you got about 150 people dead, just imagine that. Or just get about 200 people just injured. Just think about that. Because the bomb that the kids had, if that would have really gone off, man, you know what I mean? I don't even want to visualize destruction because I don't even want to visualize destruction. Let me see here. Let me see in the comment. Who else in the comment here? Salute African Diddy. Somebody said salute African Diddy. That's my man right there, Uda. What's up, Uda? Yeah, that's my man right there, African Diddy. Let the folks know, African Diddy. You're right. You're right, Uda. What's up, boy? What's up, Uda? My man Uda right there. You guys go in the live and look for OOTNON, Uda on the go. That's my guy right there. Follow him. Dope brother. We are pretty committed to stupidity if you are still wearing the red hat. All right, there you go with that red hat. Trying to hit on the red hat again. I think that it's sad that they have that belief. Right. Thank you, Running Bear. Yeah, it's sad that they have that belief. We are literally experiencing. Oh, I love that right there. Running Bear is a genius. She's Running Bear is a genius. Okay. Isaac and Ishmael. I love that right there. This was gone. Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna rock with Running Bear. You know what I mean, for a little bit here. Running Bear, mad love from me to you. You know what I mean? She said something very profound. It takes about the biblical comparison to that. That's exactly where we are. 2008, Kamala Harris. Oh, so you guys are preparing for 2028. All right. Yeah, I got mad love for the Pope. You know what I mean? I got mad love for the Pope. So, you know what I mean? I'm not against the Pope. I got mad love for the Pope. But Leo, mad love. You know what I mean? He doing what he doing. You know what I mean? Trump is always going to be Trump. You know what I mean? So, let's just keep that in mind. You know what I mean? But yeah, so just imagine that, right? Just imagine. I was there. The thing I really I don't want to say bothered me. I'm going to take that back. All right? I was there when NYPD were trying to retrieve those explosions from the car. I was there. I was there live, watching that, filming that. I was there when that happened, when that unfolded. Now, from the breakdown that NYPD stated on saying that if that explosion would have just, in any form, in any way, had occurred, the death toll would have been outrageous. It would have been outrageous. Now, let me bring it home. Let me bring it home to a lot of us in the live. Let me bring it home. Just imagine you come to New York City on a vacation, right? And you just happen to see a protest going on, and you just like, let me just stop by and see what's going on in the protest. And bam, an explosion take place. See, people who come into cities to commit these type of crimes do not take into account there are families, strangers, tourists who just here having fun. And just being a part or seeing the protest going on is out of curiosity that they would go and say, let me just see what's going on. That's why these type of explosion, the explosive attack, these I would term as hit plans or evil plan. Let me use the right word, evil plan. Something should be it should be abolished. It should be frowned on. Let me say again, frowned on. Is that a right word, frowned on? Or it should be deemed as evil, because the damage that it's going to cause. Even if your faith says that's the right thing to do, people's lives over your faith is the most important. To say, my faith says that since you're speaking against my belief system, it's the right thing to do to go and drop a bomb on that group of people who are against my belief, my faith. But yet it's the global rationale, though. The global rationale here, right? And when I say the global rationale, I'm saying human right perspective, right? I'm not going to do it because these are human beings. Even though my belief system says I can do it, it's the right thing to do, but universal law, human rights, says no. So it overrides your belief system. Why am I saying this? Let's take for example, right? And somebody got me, might be Muslim. I don't want to judge. I'm not here to judge the Muslim. I'm not here to judge the Christian faith or any other belief system or any other faith. All right. But if your faith says, for example, let me use an analogy, right? When you see people protesting against your belief system, if you react a certain way, that is the right thing to do based on your faith. But now you got to take another law into account, right? Human rights, universal law that says those are human beings. Their rights are equivalent to your right. Your belief system becomes secondary. If these teens today who's coming here who are being convicted for terrorism, they're young, they know anything better. They're not smart, they're not intelligent, They're 18, 19, They're radicalized, They don't have that in-depth thinking, to process things deep as you and I would. To be like, you know what? I know I can do this, but people's life is at stake, so I'm not gonna do it. Let me go to the live again and see. Let me see the live here. Who got another comment here? Hey guys, just feel free to leave a comment. If I go to New York City, somebody say if I go to New York City, can take the free buses, right? Someone out here trying to shift the whole conversation to a free bus. The free bus is not now. It's not now, but that is in the that's in works. That's in progress. All right. So Madani is definitely going to make sure that free bus system. Yeah. I mean, that's in progress. That's in progress. So yeah. So let's say give another year. Give another year. Come back to New York City, and you will be on a free bus, right? I heard something yesterday. I don't want to kind of like maybe add on a lot onto that, but I'm gonna say a year from now. It could be less than a year, but I'm gonna say a year from now. When you come back to New York City, you will get on a free bus, as Mandani says. Why it is not the Pope telling China what to do? Yeah, the Pope is, like I said again, I don't want to question the Pope, because then when I say, it'll be like, yeah, you got a Trump hat on, you're a Trump guy, you would say, but let me say this here, and we got to be very clear. Help me out here, right? I think the Pope, he got a good heart. Let me say he got a good heart. All right, let me say that first. The Pope has a good heart. He wants the world to be a better place, which is a good thing. But what the Pope probably don't understand, and like you said, he's seeing the world from a biblical worldview and not from a political worldview, which I understand. To me, that kind of just gave me extra grace with the Pope, because he says, well, I'm doing what Jesus would do. Peace, 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 peace. That kind of makes sense. But we are in a literal society, all right, where the Pope should be more mindful on where he stands. I know he mean good. Trump is declaring war. The U.S., Iran is attacking. No, not Iran. Israel and the United States attacking Iran. He's seeing more or less human lives at stake. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's what a Pope's supposed to do. He's siding with human rights. It's the wrong thing, Trump. It's the wrong thing, Israel, to attack Iran. I understand that. That's a good thing to do. But when it comes to where we are globally now, I think what the Pope should probably have done, and I'm not going to tell the Pope what to do, play a more neutral role. A more neutral role. Let me use the word, let me use it in that context. A more neutral role. A more neutral role probably be more or less not saying Trump and Israel attacking Iran, or putting a sanction on Iran, a more neutral role, be like, I mean, I want you guys to solve the problem. You guys come to to a little peaceable table, go to Pakistan, sit to Pakistan and have this dialogue. Or, I'm the Pope, I'm willing to sit down with the U.S. government, Israel and Iran, and they have the discussion. That's being neutral. All right? I think to me, if you come across like that, I don't think Trump would have said he's weak on crime, he's not his Pope. I think, right. And, I don't want to drift on that because I can go on and on talking about that all day. That's just my thing, what I mean? But, so like I said again, the Pope is the Pope, I mean? He's the most religious leader right now on the globe. So I respect that, and I don't want to discredit the Pope in any form, in any way. He meant good, what I mean? But you need to understand, Trump is Trump. Trump is always going to be Trump, what I mean? So the Pope, he probably already know who he's up against. It's Trump, what I mean? So Trump says what he says, and that's it, what I mean? We all know that. I mean, the Pope knows that very well. But, yeah, a neutral role would have been the best role on the side of the Pope, and then Trump would not have said what he said. And I think the feeling that you guys are feeling right now would not have been felt, because everybody's saying Trump attacked the Pope. The Pope. But then what most people are not seeing is that the Pope are already taking a side with Iran, saying that they should start killing Iran, start declaring war on Iran, so all that stuff. But anyway, but yeah, so let's focus on where we are right now here on the discussion here. Stay away from the tree in the November. Somebody says stay away from the tree. All right, break that down for me. Sissy Mo 529. Stay away from the tree in November. What is that? Someone says that Winston got quiet. Winston got quiet. Who said Winston got quiet? Okay, is that Team Scott? Team Scott. Who Team Scott? Who Team Scott? Who's Team Scott? I like all you guys comment, man. I love you guys comment. You guys are so smart. You guys are so smart. And like I said again, you guys can criticize me, my T-shirt, my hat, my badge. Whatever you guys want to criticize me on, that's fine. But now let me leave you guys on this part I didn't add on. And you guys who just get on my live, you asking me what's going on here. I'm standing in front of the courthouse here at 40 Center Street, where two teens are convicted on federal charges here at this courthouse here. They are facing two charges that I know thus far. Two major charges that these two teens are facing here that I know. Providing material to terrorist organization and conspiring to use a weapon of mass destruction. So here, you guys will be alive when these teams come in. Let me see what time it is now. Okay, all right, yeah. And when they come in, you guys will be here. Or when the lawyers come out, you guys will be able to. I will go live so you guys can hear the lawyers speak. These teams are convicted on two charges: providing materials to terrorist organization. Number two, conspiring to use a weapon of mass destruction. Of mass destruction. Now, someone in the live asked me in the live, what was in the weapon of mass destruction? What was in it? Triacetin and tropoxin. Triacetin and tropoxin were the two chemicals that were within the explosive. So where I'm standing, this federal court building, where the kids will be today, and the question is, they are without bail. So it means that they would stay in jail until this trial is over. And if they are convicted, my guess will be 30 years in jail. That is my guess. If you guys can do a research here, let me know if it is less than that. Now, the incident actually took place in front of Gracie Mansion. If you guys been in New York City, if you've never been in New York City, the Gracie Mansion is where the mayor of New York City resides, the mayor. And there was a protest outside of Gracie Mansion, and that protest led to these young teen today facing, I would say, life in prison. To be honest, I would say life in prison. I think these 18 and 19 years old are facing life. If anything less than life, I think to me it would be more or less a favor on the part of the judge. 18 years old Emir Balat and 19 years old Ibrahim Kayumi. Make sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Ibrahim Kayumi, both from Pennsylvania, and are facing federal charges here. These two teens were ICE inspired. Yeah, ICE inspired. So now the question here, if these two teens were ICE inspired, the question will be, were they sent to that protest to carry on an explosion? That's something that we will find out today in the courtroom here. If those teens, the 18 and 19 years old, Emir Balat and 19 years old Ibrahim Kayumi, were these two young teens from Pennsylvania sent by ICE to carry on this explosion that took place on March 7, 2026. Were they inspired by ICE? Were they sent by ICE? That's something that we will know today in the courtroom, and we'll get a little bit more details on these young teens. Someone said, and I was gonna add that on, that the two teens stated that they wanted this explosion to be historical. All right, let me see the live here. Anybody get any question in the live here? Any more question in the live, guys? So I'm standing here. Let me show you guys who else standing next to me here. You guys can see some other people standing here. So other journalists standing here. Behind me is other journalists standing here. All right, guys. So if you don't know my name, someone asked me what my name is. Everybody call me an African Diddy. If you guys was ever live to watch the Sean Diddy Come Try, I was the guy at the Sean Diddy Come Try. African Diddy is me. So this is my channel, TBA I'm actually the owner of TBA News Network, so you can Google that. TBA News Network. That's me. I own that. If you Google it, it will give you guys a whole breakdown of what we do and what we're about. I'm a journalist here in New York City. That's what I do. So pretty much that's it. You know, I'm happy to be here to cover this trial here. I was at the Weinstein. I was at a Weinstein trial. I was in the courtroom. Amazing, man. Weinstein look great, man. He looks great. He came in the wheelchair, and I seen Weinstein. To be honest, besides the conviction of Weinstein or whatever pending charges that he has, now the one that he faces now, I just left the Weinstein courthouse and came over here. What Weinstein is facing now is not an accusation between two females. Now he's facing a charge against Jessica May. So that's his major charge right now. He's facing right now. One, Jessica Maines. So right now, just a few blocks away from here, that is the Weinstein court going on right now, and they are going through a jury selection right now. So if you guys would just batch in there, I mean, like I said again, I saw Weinstein today. I mean, he looks good. You know what I mean? He looks good. To be honest, he looks good. You know what I mean? Again, I don't want you guys to take it out of context, but I'm a big fan of Weinstein. You know what I mean? To be honest, I'm a big fan of Weinstein. So when I saw him coming in today, sitting there as a journalist, because the only way you can get in there, you got to have the badge to get in there. And I saw him weed in, and I just said hi to him. I said, how you doing, Weinstein? He was very cordial. How you doing? And then I seen I didn't follow. I know you gotta know who I can follow is. The guy who represented Sean Diddy Combs. He is the lawyer now for Weinstein. And when he seen me, he was like, hey, I remember you. You were the guy who had the Sean Diddy Combs trial. Shook his hands, greeted him. So, like I said again, Weinstein stand a greater possibility of having Michael Akinfellow. You gotta look him up. A well-known lawyer. He represented Sean Diddy Combs. I think Weinstein got a better shot now that he got a better lawyer who understands the contexture of his case here. So it's going on right now, like a few blocks away here. They are trying to get a jury selection. People who will be on the panel, on the panel. To carry on Weinstein rape case. That's what's going on right now here. Any more questions alive, guys? So like I said again, if you're just getting on here, we are standing in front of the courthouse for two young teens from Pennsylvania who came in here to New York City on March 7 and carried on a terroristic act next to the Gracie Mansion where the current mayor, Madani, lives. Those two young teens, one is 18 and the other is 19. The 18 years old, his name is Emir, E-M-I-R, and Balat, B-A-L-A-T, and the other one is 19 years, Ibrahim Kayumi, K-A-Y-U-M-I. These two young teens will be here facing a federal judge on federal charges. One, the first charge will be providing material to terrorist organization. Now, I did a research on what organization did these young teens supply, and I did not get the name of that organization. So that will be something that will be discussed here, and we will know eventually what organization that these young teens supply materials, and we'll also know what materials these young terroristic teens provided to our organization. What organization is that? We were told by NYPD that these two young teens were inspired by ICE. They were ICE inspired. Number two, and the second charge is conspiring to use weapon of mass destruction. So yeah, so those two charges here, somebody asked me a question live here. Those teens are terrorists. Yes, that's how they are being described as terrorists. You're right. Those two teens are terrorists. That is the description of NYPD. That description here on this case also. Their action is being deemed as terroristic action. You're right. I agree with you on that. What's your name? Who said that? Lordaka tried 000. Someone said, who is this guy? Belgira. I'm African Diddy. All right. I am that's my name on social media, African Diddy. But you can call me SDWJR. Look me up. SDWJR as Robert. Look that whole initial. It will tell you exactly who's standing in front of you. And you might be like, oh, that guy's well known. That guy's well known. So Google SDWJ as Jack, J-R as Robert. Tell me who I am. And you will be like, oh, that guy is not just an ordinary guy standing. I know that guy. He as thick as picture. So I don't know what I can understand what someone just said here. He as thick as, I don't know what that is. Michael College. Your friend Fimitube, what happened to that nuts? Who said that? Who called Fimitube that nuts? See, you guys out here, Claudiate, Olivia 1217. Yeah, to be honest, let me give you an update. Fimitube channel was canceled. All right, Fimitube. You guys who don't know who Fimitube is, he's probably one of the one of the most YouTuber that I met at the Sean Diddy trial. So they're asking me who is he. Yeah, his channel got banned. Got banned? Yeah, got banned. So he's not on YouTube anymore. I was told that he would never get on YouTube anymore because his channel got banned. I cannot give you exactly what was wrong or what went wrong, but his channel was banned. Yes. So also, you guys who've been following me as African Diddy, you will notice that I do not have African Diddy anymore. That channel, I think I rock almost pretty close to 10,000 followers. TikTok told me, and I'll be very honest, so you guys who follow me, told me that the channel had graphic images on there. And I'm a journalist. It had graphical images of people's body, which is true. And they took away my channel and not even giving me the chance to remove that videos that I had on there. So now I don't have that channel anymore. It's not African Diddy NYC no more. So if you guys go TikTok, you guys on the live, you go TikTok, it's TBA News, TBA News Network _. So you guys want to follow me? When you go there, I still got journalism content on there. I don't have any police content on there. Am I still covering police and crimes? Yes, but I don't have those content on there because TikTok told me they do not want me to bring in graphic on their platform, something I did not know. And my 10,000 followers on TikTok were taken away, including my channel. So now if you guys go, like I said, if you go to TikTok right now, look for TBA News Network _. That's me. TBA News Network _. That's my channel. So if you want to follow me there, follow me there. I go live often on there. I just do not share graphical images for crime scenes like I used to. All right, so someone said again. Yes, so pretty much that's it. So I try to stay away from police videos like I used to post videos of police. I'm not doing that no more. I think I'm doing more now, protesting now, protest. If I got any graphical videos, I usually post that on YouTube. Nothing more, nothing less. Because TikTok told me that the content that I was posting was considered graphical and was not something decent for their platform. So that's where we stand. Any more questions, guys? Any more question here? No, I love you guys, man. I really do. You guys who have been rocking with me for so long, folks been asking me, African Diddy, where are you? African Diddy, where are you? The name African Diddy NYC is still being held by TikTok. They have not released that holder yet because they took that channel away from me. They took that channel away because of content I was creating as a journalist, and they deemed that content graphical, and they took that channel. Usually when TikTok ban a channel or take a channel, they usually let you have the handle, but I haven't gotten the handle back. So I don't know whether they might call me back in the next few years and say, hey, we apologize, we remodel our policies, so we'll give you back your channel. You know what I mean? And I'm hoping for that in the future. I hope that happens. You know what I mean? That is where my fingers are crossed now. But you guys can follow me now on TBA News Network _ and that is on TikTok. And this channel I'm on right now, TBA New NNTV, is tied in to TBA New Network. Go there. You can find me on there. That's where I'm at now. Follow me because I do go live on TikTok quite often. I do talk about, as a matter of fact, tomorrow I'll be talking about the Weinstein case tomorrow. I'll be talking about a 7-month-old baby who was shot and killed in Brooklyn. Not Brooklyn, Brooklyn? Yes, in Brooklyn. So I do recaps. I do recaps on stuff. I just don't show the graphic anymore, but I do recaps. So you guys can follow me on TikTok. I do recaps on stuff. YouTube is probably one of the major platforms I'll be doing recaps on a lot of stuff too. So follow me on here too as well. Make sure you follow me on here so when I go live tomorrow, you will be live on a lot of recaps as well. Confused black man, do you have a white hood in your black pocket? You know what? You know, I used to go through this comedy stuff with you guys when I had my African Diddy. You know, where you guys would talk that Diddy was this, Diddy was that. Now you guys on the hat and the T-shirt now. But I understand. Black Mega is like a black KKK members. There we go. Oh, I can say KKK on here, right? All right. A black Mecca is like a black K member. Smart black man. Someone says smart black man. Smart black man. Love it. Yeah, guys. So any more questions, guys? I appreciate you guys being here on the live. I see all the thumbs up. Someone gave me 14 thumbs up here. But again, I'll be going live tomorrow. Matter of fact, on YouTube tomorrow, I'll be going live. So follow me. So when I go live, you will know I'm live. I will do several recaps. As a matter of fact, I'll do a recap on this court case going on here. This court case going on here today. I will do a recap, as a matter of fact, today. All right? Later on, by 6 or 7, I will do a recap on this case that's going on. And there are a lot of major stuff going on. I would also do a recap on what's going on in the Middle East with the blockade of President Trump, Iran, and stuff like that. So, yeah, pretty much, man. I love you guys. Someone said thumbs up again. Ed, NY222. Look at my man, Ed. My man gave me that thumbs up. I love it, guys. Make sure you follow me now. Like that thumbs up. Look at all the stars I got. Oh, amazing. Amazing, man. You know, so I got some big supporters here. Love you guys, man. Love you guys. Love you guys. Love you guys. You know what I mean? Love you. Look, somebody give me love, man. It's amazing. Ed, NY222. Love you guys, man. Any more questions, guys? You know what I mean? We all won. At the end of the day, we all won. You know what I mean? The only difference here between us is that we all won, but we all just got different preferences. You know what I mean? And I'm not mad at you when you don't support Trump. You know what I mean? You know, even my family don't support Trump. You know what I mean? So, you know, we got this little family debate. You know, you go to a little family gathering. You know, I walk in there with the hat on. You know, they're like, man, what the hell you got on, man? You know what I mean? So, you know, but it's good to have some differences. I think that's the unique things about it. You know what I mean? But it just makes it so hard that even though we got these differences, we don't embrace the differences. You know what I mean? And it bothers me because if we all the same, then the world will be boring. If we all think the same, then the world will be boring. If we all act the same, the world will be boring. That's why we go to other countries, because we want to see different culture. You know what I mean? I don't understand how someone will get mad at the Make America Great hat on. But the overall objective here is that we want to make America great. That's the focus here, to make America great. That's the focus. You see, you guys are looking at this as Trump said it. I'm looking at this as that's what we want America to be. Forget about who said it. It can be Obama said it. It can be Biden said it. It can be anyone. It could be a baby who said it. The end goal here, we want America to be great again. And let me say again, someone told me, oh, you know, it's a Reagan who said it. But watch this. If you were in America before 9/11, before COVID, before immigrant came in, you will understand when we say, let's make America great again, you will understand what that America was that you want to bring now. You would never think about slavery. You would think about how good America was before 9/11, before COVID, before immigrant came in. If you had that picture of what America was, you would desire that America now. So when I hear someone saying, let's make America great again, I'm thinking about America a lot of y'all never see. See, a lot of y'all came to America after 9/11. You saw chaos, the noise, the trash, the aggression, all the bunch of crap going on. Attacks here, attacks there. Now, but if you were in America before all this crap going on, you will relate to making America great again. You see, that's where my excitement is, man. Look, listen. Do you guys know? I know if I say this, a lot of you guys will not even know, because you know a lot of you guys came after 9/11, after all the bull crap. Making America great back then, you will get a job, and that job will give you stock. You will have immediate stock on the job. You won't have to go and buy the stock on the stock market. That came eventually down the road. When I got the first job I ever got, and that was when America was great. When it was great. You get a job and they tell you, we will add every dollar to every dollar you put in your stock. I know what you guys remember that. See, a lot of you guys don't remember that. See, a lot of you guys think that now you're buying stock in the stock market. The job could give you that on your job. You see, that is the memory of making America great. See? So when I hear the word make America great, I'm like, yeah, man. Yeah. You know, you gotta watch your back. You gotta watch your back. Now the times we're in now, when you walk, you gotta watch your back. You gotta look around. You don't know what's going on. We want that better America again. Where the economy was good again. Where the country was safe again. Where we could trust again. Let me see the comment here. Let me see. Keep moving, cameraman. Leave him alone. Thank you. Someone said, keep moving, cameraman. Leave him alone. Speak the truth, brother. That's what it was. That's what it was. You know what I mean? So a lot of you guys get upset. Oh, Trump. But Trump is thinking just the way we all thinking. Make America great again. You see, if you've never been in the America den, you will never know if it can be great again. So all you see, you're not saying that. You can't imagine that because you were never there. That's why you're upset. Making America great again. Where? When was America ever great? Are you stupid? I apologize. Are you crazy? You came in this chaos. That's all you know is the chaos. So you don't never thought that America was ever great. You came in this chaos. We know the America before this chaos. See, you know this chaos. That's why you get upset. Make America great again for what? Was America ever great? Are you crazy? Are you insane? Do you understand what you're saying? Were you here before all this chaos? After 9/11, with all the flock of immigrants here, with all this... Come on, man. Look. That is where when I hear Make America Great Again, I'm like, damn. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Take us back over there, man. Take us back there. You know, let's bring those days here. Let's make it great again, Trump. You know what I mean? Let's make it great again. This is me relating to a man who been where I've been. Trump knew what America was then. I knew what America was then. You don't know. You came and all these stupid chaos going on here. What in New York City is loud, it's crazy, the noise, and I mean, look. This America right now is not the America that we knew then. It's not. I'm walking in a city where, when I came in the city, it was never like this. New York City, it was never like this. Never like this. Trash is worse now. It's worse now. I took the ferry. I don't know what you guys been in New York City. The ferry looked like, I apologize, but I'm gonna say this. The ferry looks like you're in a third, fourth, fifth world country. Do you know back then when I used to take the ferry to go to Staten Island? The ferry? One of the most beautiful places to sit in. You sit in that ferry and you go into the city. It's like you're in a whole different island. Quiet, chill. We have restaurants on the ferry. You could grab something to eat. Not compact, not tight. It don't smell bad. Now get on the ferry now. Get on the ferry. Just come to New York City. Get on the ferry. Smell bad, compact, congested, violence, aggression. Come on, man. See, people would never know that. People would never know that. All people see now is that ferry. I got the imagination of that ferry. New York is not New York it used to be no more. New York is not New York. So those who come to New York City now, they're not seeing the real New York. It's gone. And that's why Trump is saying, let's make America great again. Let's make this city great again. Let's make America great again. Look, man, look. I can sit here and talk about this over and over and over and over again. Do you know what pisses me off? The subway in New York City. Do you know how many shootings, how many killings, how many violence is on the subways in New York City? Back then, New York City subways, Oh, Lord Jesus, man. Lord Jesus, man. New York City subways back then. And that's what we could say, let's make America great again. Let's take that same texture and bring it now. But we can't because we got a bunch of immigrants who are not civilized. That's a problem. Not civilized. Because what you and I call civilization to some of the other people who are not, it's not civilization. It's not civilization. Folks walking around throwing trash on the street. Are you serious, man? You throwing trash on the street? You poop on the street? I mean, you don't clean after yourself. I mean, this is America, man. This is not no jungle. But that's what happened when you bring people from countries that they're just illiterate and you bring them in here. That's what you get. That's what you get. You can walk on Brooklyn Bridge. Do you know what Brooklyn Bridge? I don't know what you guys record. That was one of our most historical tourism site. Brooklyn Bridge. Man. You walk on there, they got stuff, people selling stuff all on the floor. Hats on the floor. I mean, it's just like a farmer market. Brooklyn Bridge. Are you freaking serious? That's a tourism site. You walk there, it's like folks setting a hat on the floor and, you know what I mean, a trash can on the floor, trash on the floor. It's dirty, messy. Who you see on the bridge? All illegal immigrants. All illegal immigrants. All illegal immigrants. On the bridge, you know, walking around, taking pictures. I know what the heck they're doing. I know what the heck they're doing. Somebody will be like, get the freaking stuff off this bridge. But you know what? We did this to ourselves, man. We brought these people in. You know what I mean? Who got no manners, no ethics, nothing. Bring them in. We bring them in. And that's what we got now. We got a third world country in a first world country. Let me say it again. You got a third world country in a first world country. Does that make, let me say it again. Third world country in a first world country. I'm just saying, man. So when Trump said, let's make America great again, I can relate. I'm a black man saying this. I can relate. Because I know that America dead. I know it, man. You can't tell me America was not great. What's up? Let me see, brother. Yeah. Hey, go Trump. That's right, man. So. Look. Let me be honest, man. Be honest. If I came to America then, after 9/11, maybe I would have said, you know what? F that. Make America great. Hell no. You know, but I can't say that. Because I came here when America was normal. Extremely normal. Extremely normal. Let me use the word again. Extremely normal. Let me go extremely normal. Where you could walk in Times Square. You can walk the street of New York City and feel that New York energy, that New York feel. Where like you don't, when you travel, you come back, you want to come back again. It's just, you know, I don't understand how tourists even survive here now. To be honest, I don't know how tourists, I'm still wondering what tourists really see when they come to New York City now. I'm just wondering, what do they really see now? What do they really see now? Because our culture is gone. The real New York feel is gone. So those who come in here, they got to be the same people who are already here. It got to be the same folks who are already here, who are already immigrants coming back here and do the tourism stuff. It can't be anyone from come on, man. Look. Anyone who been in America before 9/11 and came back here today, they will never come back again. They will tell you the same exact thing I'm telling you. They would agree with Trump. Let's make America great again. I walk the city every day. I can see the contrast. That was never America. That was never New York City. That was never the ferry. I can just get on the buses and say that would never how the bus look like. If you get New York City bus today, you know, I love my Donnie. I love his brother. But I know when he make New York City buses free, it's it's gonna be the worst. If you get on New York, look, let me say it, guys. I knew tourists who would come to New York City, who have money. They will ride the public bus just to get that feel. They will just get on. Because you can get on New York City public bus. It's cold. It's really cold. Cozy. You can sit in there and go for one ride from Manhattan all the way to Harlem and come back. Cool. Today, New York City bus is like, it's like being a heater. A heater. If you guys get on New York City buses, it's like a heater. People flying in and out, flying in and out, flying in and out, flying in and out, flying in and out. I mean, I'll be saying to myself, this can't be happening, man. There's gotta be a better way than this. Can't be happening. Just can't be. The buses used to be cozy, not tension, not rally. You know what I mean? It's just, it's clean. The buses here, even though they try to keep it clean, but they just can't keep it clean because you got people who are not civilized on these buses. You got folks from a country where they never had buses like that. You got these people who never experienced good life. You bring them here, it's chaos. That's what we say, making America great. That's what we say. We want you to live the real American dream. American dream is not dead. It's not dead. American dream is alive. The only reason why you're not seeing it is because of all this chaos, all this mess. That's why you're not seeing the American dream is here. You can be anything you want to be. It's here. All this tension, all this, all the worry and all the fear we got in the city, we never had it then. Let's be honest, man. New Yorker, we never just walk around worried about being shot, worried about being attacked. Are you freaking serious? I was just at a subway. I covered an 80 years old man being attacked by an immigrant, 35 years old immigrant, push an older man in the train track. Are you freaking serious? In the city. Come on, man. An immigrant. Come on, man. So when we say let's make America great, that's what we stand. It's not just because Trump said it, and not because Trump has the hat on. That's real talk. That's real talk. I can see the difference when I walk through New York City. I can see the huge difference. Huge difference. Huge. That's the reason why I can tell when things not right, because I was here when things were way better than what it is. All this chaos, all the noise. You never used to have police cars just running around making all these bunch of stupid noise. Folks out here just making all these intentional noises. Come on, man. But anyway, I don't want to go too deep on that because I get extremely passionate because I'm a New Yorker, to be honest. I'm a New Yorker, hands down. I am, and I know how this city was before 9/11, before COVID, before the influx by Joe Biden into New York City. Today we live in a third world country. In a third world country. If I show you right now New York City right now, you will be like, if I show you New York City right now, you will not think of New York City. If you've been here before 9/11, before COVID, before the immigrant, you will say, that's not New York City over there. There's nowhere in the world, this what I'm seeing right now cannot be New York City. That I know for a fact I'm in a third world country right now. That's what we're in right now. New York City is a third world state in a first world country. New York City was never as dirty as it is now. It's dirty now. Dirty. Filthy dirty. It was never New York City, man. It was never New York City, man. It was never New York City. The violence here by immigrants was never like New York City, man. Nah. Everything historical here looked like a farm. The things that we used to cherish, to go to. You know what I mean? That we take pride in. That we love to go to New York City. If you go to Central Park right now, it looks like a straight trash. Straight trash. Central Park? Who in the world when they hear about Central Park, man, I want to go over there and just get married over there. I want to go over there and just sit there and just sleep there. I want to go over there and just read something over there, at least and say I'm in Central Park. Now it's like a trash. You got hearses running around, shitting all over the place. You got a bunch of immigrants who just going over just throwing trash on the street. It's just trash. Trash. I would never want to go to Central Park. As a matter of fact, to be honest, I don't go to places in New York City no more. Because I know what it was then. I don't want to go to... You would never catch me going to Central Park because I know Central Park right now is a trash. A bunch of... I cover so many news in Central Park. It's like a trash. Brooklyn Bridge, I don't stand. I just walk right through. Nasty. Smelling bad. I just walk right through. It's not what I knew. That's not it. So we can tell the difference. So when we say make America great, come on, man. How can you be against that? How can you be against that? Make America great. I mean, I'm just saying. How can you say, oh, man, that's Trump? Are you an idiot? Trump? Are you serious? This is way greater than Trump. This just shows the heart. If you're a true American, a true someone who been in this country for real, you will want this country great again. Because that word again means that you knew something existed, but you want it back. That's what again means. We can say make America great, but do you know what again means? We out here before all this bunch of bull crap. Are you freaking serious? What you see right now across America, that's bull crap. That's not America. That's not America, man. You know, that's not America, man. That's bull crap you're seeing going on here. So that's what we say, let's make America great again. Again. Look, New York City is a historical city. Every part of New York City, historical. Immigrants make it look like it's not historical. Zero. Make it look like, let me just keep moving, man. Let me not, let me go to a different country. Let me not come, Do you know that our tourism numbers are slowly going down? Slowly going down. And we used to have one of the highest tourism. It's going down. Why is it going down? Everybody across the globe want to come to New York City. Why is it going down? What I tells you. Those who used to come here before COVID came back here and they're like, nah, man, nah. Let me tell you guys right here. Let me tell you guys this. I know a lot of us, before COVID, and you guys can say what you want to say because most of the people who are on our lives today were never here before the normal America. Let me use the word normal America, right? A lot of us came to the chaotic America. So we got two races of people in America. The ones who came in the chaotic America and the ones that existed, what we call the normal America. The normal America knows what I'm about to say right now. The chaotic ones, that's what they know. Chaos. No peace. Noise. Fights. Gun violence. Killing. Attacks. Robbery. Crime increase. So forth. Us who came before the chaotic America, we know. America's already great. I love that. Somebody said America's already great. It's going down because of Trump. Let me read. Okay, let me go back in the chat here and see what somebody said again. America's already great. Definitely right. America's already great. And so what happened to freedom of religion and the Constitution and the Geneva Convention and the Native rights here? You know what, guys? Look, to be honest, though, I know you guys talking about constitutional rights, but I want us to stick on making America great. All right? I just want to kind of, because we haven't grabbed that picture of what it's like making America great. And if we don't grab that picture first of making America great, then the question you're asking me would not really be effective because it would not exist if America is not great. You're asking about constitutional rights, but if you're in a country where it's chaotic, if it's not
great again, how can our rights actually effectively become our right or become a right? And what we got going on here is just disorganized and dysfunctional. So I'm not saying the question now is now right, but we got to make sure America is great first or great again, and then the rights that we need or the discussion that we need to have will be held when the country is great again. But if the country is not great again, if you're asking me, I think I had a live 2 days ago, and someone said, "Well, where's my constitutional rights? My constitutional rights is violated." And I said, "But you know what? Yeah, it's violated because you know what? America is not great again. If America was great again, those rights will not be violated. As a matter of fact, they will be respected. The reason why those rights are being violated is because America is not great again. That's all. If America is great again, we can go back to our constituencies and negotiate for our rights. We can go to the Justice Supreme Court and advocate for our rights. But America is not great right now, to be honest. It's not where it needs to be right now. And we trying to bring the country back to where it needs to be. So those rights that you talking about can be recognized. Right now, anyway, you know what, you guys just brought a whole different conversation I love here. Does he actually respond or just talk? I'm listening. Go ahead. That sound like the far. No, the far right. But you know what, though? To be honest, I'm not a far right. I'm not a far left. I'm just a man who wants America to be great again. To be honest. If I tell you I love Joe Biden, if I tell you Joe Biden was one of my best presidents, you'll be surprised. If I tell you George Bush was one of my best presidents, you'll be surprised. If I tell you Donald Trump right now is my best president, you'll be surprised. So I'm not left, I'm not right. I'm just want to make sure America is great again. Where am I here? What happened here? You guys hear me? Okay, good. So I'm not far left. I'm not far right. I'm right in the middle. I'm right between the left T and the right T. All right. So I see things from both ends. If any president come into office, if you're gonna make America great, I said, there we go. Yeah, we go. All right. If the left T come into office, want to make America great, yeah, we go. I'm a big fan of Biden. Make it good, but even though Biden screwed up in a lot of things that he didn't do right, but Biden did love America. So here we go. So I'm not lefty or righty. I'm in the middle. My main focus here, man, to be honest, is making America great again because I see it. I've seen it. I enjoy it. I felt it. I lived it. So I know what it's like making America great again. I know. What I'm seeing right now in this city right now that got me a little bit impatient, because this is not America right here, what I'm seeing here. It's not America. It's not New York City, to be honest. I've been across this country as a journalist. I've seen in every major city I go to, I said, this is not America, man. It's not. And some of you guys can relate. If you're in bigger cities, if you grew up in that city, and over time that city changed, you will say, he's right, man. That dude is right. This is not my city. Just imagine, let me say this right here. A lot of us who grew up in the suburb, if you grew up in the suburb, you guys can put your hands up. If you grew up in the suburb, now you realize that we who live in the suburb, we are being told to move so the immigrants can move in the suburb. The rich never live in the city. Do you know when the rich start to live in the city? When the city started looking like trash. No. Let's take those trash makers and put them in the suburb and bring the rich people in the city. Because we don't want the city to look trash. That's why you're seeing that exchange. The rich leave the suburb, come in the city, take all the trash in the suburb. So a lot of us, I grew up in Staten Island. Staten Island right now, trash. Do you know who lives in Staten Island right now? Immigrant. Trash. Staten Island. I'm from Staten Island. Trash right now. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on now. I know. When I walk in New York City, I just know. I can say, look, this is not, because I know the city I'm in right now, it's almost like I'm back in Africa. To be honest, the certain part of Africa, that's what it feels like here. This is not America. This is not America, man. It just says America, but this is not America. What I'm seeing right now, that's a third world country we're in right now. And the sad part about it, we as Americans who are comfortable with a certain lifestyle, we know this is not America. We know that for a fact this is not America. President Trump knows that. What he sees in this country right now, it's not America. Be honest. You are an immigrant. Oh, yeah. You know what? To be honest? Yeah. My granddad served the Navy for a long time. My brother, U.S. Air Force, long time. Two of my nephews in the U.S. So I don't consider being naturalized but I consider myself as an American. And when I said American, by heart. By heart. Let me say it again, by heart. I don't care about the papers, not a document. You want a document, by heart. So I'm standing here saying to make America great, by heart. Because I know what it was. Now, it is not. Creamy, you need a dictionary racist. It is when you think certain people are better than their own race. Read a book. All right, there we go now. You know what I mean? I ain't going to talk about that because everybody said Trump is racist. Whenever you say that make America great, they say we're racist, so that's all right. You know what I mean? That's all right. You know what I mean? I hear that all the time. You know what I mean? Whenever you say that make America great, they say you're racist. I wear the hat in New York City, they call me a racist. You know what I mean? So it means, look, let me say this right here. I'm the only black man right now in New York City right now wearing this hat. Trains, subways, you name it all. I'm a racist now because I got a hat on. I want America great again. Call me a racist because I got a hat on. I want America great because I know what it was when I came in. I want that greatness that I felt when I came in. That's why I wear this hat. Do I love Trump? Hell yeah. Am I a big Trump supporter? Hell yeah. But making America great make total sense to me. Again? Come on, man. You would never know this again because you've never been here before again. You've never been here. So you would never know. So it makes sense when you say racist because you never came when America was then. You came after. So all you know is chaos. See? All I know was never chaos. All right? Why you beat up Uncle Jerry like that? Who beat up Uncle Jerry? Somebody said. Why you beat up Uncle Jerry like that man? Who beat up Uncle Jerry? You know, you guys, man, you guys are very entertaining, man. You got some racist people in the chat saying you are this and that. You just because you are black. Yes, you know what? Let me see. Creamy, thank you for bringing that up. Creamy, 1988. You got some racist people in the chat. I understand that. Say you are this and that just because you are black. I bet these dumb DDD don't even know that they are racist. Thank you. You know what? Look, to be honest, I don't get offended when people see me with a Trump hat on. I don't get offended because you know what? I believe in this because I've seen this before this was even said. Someone told me that Reagan said this. If Reagan said this, then imagine what America was during Reagan time. And if Trump is saying that now, think about what it was before 9/11. Before COVID. Before immigrant. Do you know how many changes we have had? 9/11. COVID. Immigrant. You see those three changes? It swept the entire face of America. If there were no COVID, no. If there were no 9/11, would we have had immigrants here or COVID here? Hell no. No. 9/11 screwed up this country. It put her in a place of, I don't want to say stalemate or fear. Yeah, let me say fear. Fear. Not only just necessarily fear, but it took away our Americanness or our New Yorker energy. It took that away. Because Not only did it break the city, but it just ruined the culture. It ruined the culture. And that New York culture is gone. It's gone. It's gone. That New Yorker is gone. And you come here and you looking to hear that New Yorker feel, that New York feel, or that white feel, or that African American, you'll never find it. You will never find it. I can tell you exactly where to go in New York City now and say that location is all black American. So if you watch that Come to America, not in New York City, and you go to Queens, you would never see that. It's gone. You would never see that. It's gone. So there's nowhere you can say, I want to get that black American feel, that New York accent. It's gone. So I know that's gone. Why? It's gone. It's gone. You know what I mean? It's gone. You know, we had the black and the white thing, but it was never as obvious as it is now. You know what I mean? Now I think to me, the immigrant had created this, the most raffle, and I'm gonna keep it very private, but real talk. The immigrant had created this distance between us and our counterpart, our counter brother, sister, the white people now. The immigrant came and created that distance. Before, back then, black and white were like this. See my hands like this? Like this. Very close. Very, very close like this. Proximity. Immigrant came in, and that gap would never be closed again. Never. Never. So, you know, look. Trump, you know. What we need to understand that Trump loves this country. He does. All right? I want you guys to know that. Trump loves this country. You a Democratic incubate, and I hope Jesus bless you with logical thinking ability in the near future. Nobody knows. I said what I wanted to say. Peace. Thank you, Brandy. Thank you. I identify as non-Biden rivalry. Good. Okay. Good. You know what I mean? I like Biden though. Who cares about no saxophone HD? It is just a label that actually means nothing because people want to keep their country the way it is. No problem with immigrants as long as they love the country. All right. Good. All right. Now let me ask you a question. Right. Hold on. Let me see. Creamy. 1988. Okay, Creamy, let me ask you a question here, right? Let me ask you a question, Creamy. Do you believe that immigrants love this country just as much as you if you're an American? So let's just dive into this. I'm asking a direct question. Do you believe that immigrants love America? Do you believe that immigrants care about this country? I'm waiting for you, Creamy. Creamy, I want you to answer that question for me. Let me see. Is she there? Depends on the immigrant. They can, yes. Okay, okay, Creamy, good. So, can you tell me, okay, you said depends on the immigrant. They can, yes. Okay, so tell me what kind of immigrant that we can rely on that has the heart of this country as you're speaking. I agree with you on that one. Some immigrants do. Some immigrants do love this country. But you know, okay, this is my point here. And I want, and Creamy, I'm waiting for you. Creamy, I'm waiting for you to answer that question. And then also, Justin Harris, 1227. Let me answer the question, Justin. My question here, do you know what that word love is? Love. If you said like, I would agree. Does an immigrant like America? Yes. Love? Nah. That's what we default. If you said they like America, yes. Love? Nah. So that's where you and I default. Immigrants like America. They don't love America. Do you know what real love is? So let not throw or equate love to immigrant in America. Immigrant likes America. The benefits here. You know, I mean, you can get free food stamp. What else you can get here? Free place to sleep. You know what I mean? They're getting the stuff that they never got in the country. So yeah, they like this country. But can an immigrant risk her life? Come on, man. You know what? Let me go too far. Let me leave it as that. Like, yes. Love, nah. They like them free hand. Exactly. They like them free handout. That's what people like America for, man. You know, I like America. Go give you free stuff. We give you free stuff. All these illegal immigrants that Biden brought here, they all got free hotels to sleep in. While Americans were sleeping in the trash, they were getting free cash system. Come on, man. Look, show me one immigrant who loves America, and I will show you who likes America. And let me say again, 99.9% of the immigrant in America like America and not love America. I'm sorry to break it to you, Creamy. Creamy 1988, like, not love America. All right? And I want you to take this to the bank and cash it. Every immigrant in this country don't love America, they like America because of what we give them. Do you know what love is? Well, we don't give you jack and you still love us. We don't have that loyalty for immigrants like that. We don't. So I hope I answered your question on that. Where is the free stuff? Free stuff? Are you serious? This is America. You say, what, the free stuff? Are you in America? Do you know what America do for immigrants when they come here? Do you know what they do for them when they come in here? Do you know what they get when they come in here? Talking about free stuff. This is America. But that is the Democrat way of America. But you know what? No, you know what? You're right. Paul Sauce, 4352. You know, you're right. But not only just a Democrat. That's just the American way of doing things. You know, we always give to people who need. It's an American thing. You know, it's not a Democrat, not a Republican thing. It's an American thing. You know what I mean? We all want to make sure people come in here, you know, live the best life. Because most of the immigrants that come in here, 99.9%, come from poor places. Very seldom you will see any immigrant who comes from a country well off come to America. That is a 0.1%. Every immigrant that come here poor, poorer or poorest. Come on, man. Only very few, and that's a 0.1% who comes here well off. Don't need nothing from America. Just come here because they love America. They just want to be here and visit and go back home. Or they come and live here and contribute. Not take. Contribute. Immigrants are taking. They're not contributing. Let me use the right word. They are taking, not contributing. All right? We got more takers than givers. Love is more giving. Give. America don't give for immigrant giving. Giving. Zero. They take more than they give back. Come on, man. You talking about they love America? Are you freaking serious? Are you out of your mind thinking that? They love them, they like America because of what we can do for them. The moment we stop doing for them, you see them change on us, right? They change on us, right? Come on, man. I got nothing free. I went to university, became a nurse practitioner, and trail pay a lot of taxes. I took nothing. Tell me again where that free stuff is. You know what, Claudia, Olivia, you know what, you are, congrats, you are very few individual who don't know what the free stuff are, all right? You're very few, and I appreciate you, Claudel, that you don't know what the free stuff are. Immigrants do know. I don't even know what some of the free stuff are, to be honest. I really don't know. You know what I mean? I'm learning where some of the free stuff are, but I stay away from the free stuff because you know what? I don't believe just taking from America. I don't believe just taking. Except if I'm in the place where I can't earn it then I'm gonna go get it. But yeah, so congrats on that one. Yes, but there are free stuff here, a lot of stuff. America's, look, America is one of the most generous country on earth. The most generous country on earth. And people take advantage of that generosity and turn around and stab this country with the worst words that it say. Because their heart is not love, their heart is like. And when someone like you, that's the worst you want. I don't want nobody liking me. You gotta love me. But you would never know because the immigrants make us think it's love, but we know it's like. I'm too smart for that. It's like. Having an accent does not mean it is not an American food. Having an accent does not. Well, you know what? You look like an earner. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm an earner. I'm an earner. Before I ever ask you to help me out, then it must be every chance of earning must be gone for me to say help me out. That means that every possibility. I love America, let me be honest, all right? And if I were to ever go to America and say, help me out, then it means that every avenue where I can earn closes down. Then it makes sense to say, help me, America. Come on, man. Come on, guys. Our gap is around 27 to 8 trillion per year. Exactly. That's what we are. Who says that? Ashley Mary May 4250. That's what we are. Look, I don't know whether you guys know how much we pay immigrants every year in this country. I don't know whether you guys know that. We never used to pay that. I don't know whether you guys noticed that. That's what we say make America great again, because the money that we pay for immigrants, man, I don't know. We were never paying that money before 9/11, before COVID, and when the immigrant came in. All that money we pay now, if we're there, come on, man. Please do not ask anyone, Fred. Ashley, we are 38 trillion in debt. That's what we are, 38 trillion. You're right. The economic is 3 data center in a trench court. I love that right there. 38 trillion is not as big as it seems these days. Debt goes up quickly. You're definitely right. Debt does go up quickly. Now, as a matter of fact, do you know how many countries we owe in debt? Now, let me ask you guys in the chat here, right? Let me read something here before I ask another question. Citizens can be immigrants, but grandpa was an immigrant. Citizen can be immigrants, yeah. Citizen. Well, I mean, I don't know what the question is. Lisa Beth 2924. I don't know what that question is, but can you frame that question in a way I can understand it? Citizen can be immigrant. What do you mean? Grandpa was an immigrant. What do you mean? Break that down for me. Yes, 38 is nothing. Trillion debt is nothing. The matter of fact, by the time the year come to a close, with what's going on right now in the Middle East right now, by the time we get done with our war in the Middle East, we might be about 50 trillion in debt. Yeah. By the time that war in the Middle East, in Iran is over, we might be sitting about maybe 50 plus trillion in debt. Because right now we are spending billions. How long the war been going on in Iran right now? 30 days now, about 28, 25, something around 28, about 30 days now. That's how long that war been going on right now. That war is going on in Iran right now. And we're not leaving there. Not in the next few weeks from now, as Trump stated. We will be over there for a while. Right now we have a blockade of the Strait of Hormuz. Right now, we're not leaving that. We're not leaving that right now. We blocked the entrance of Iran. We're not leaving that right now. It means that we got more money to spend. We are 5 weeks into that 3 days war. Thank you. 5 weeks. 5 weeks, 35 days. Thank you. 5 weeks, 5 times 7, 35 days. Thank you. I love that. Who said that in the chat? The greatest city, 1988. Thank you, greatest city. Someone said you were not American because you are an immigrant. You're definitely right. I'm an immigrant. I would never take that away. I'm an immigrant. President Trump is an immigrant, right? His wife's an immigrant. I'm an immigrant. You know what I mean? But I'm a different breed of immigrant. I'm the type of immigrant who came here. I'm the 0.1% who came from a well-established family to America. America did not give me a jack when I came to this country. I came here as an immigrant. America never gave me a penny. Let's be clear. America never settled me. I came in this country settled. So my love for America is deeper than an immigrant. My focus here to make America great, not to take away from America. When I came here, America extended offers to me. My family rejected that offer because they didn't need it. They said give it to somebody else. So America did offer me to settle me. My family said no, we good. Give it to somebody else. So because that offer America shows to me when I came in, I would never take away from this country just selfishly. If I need it, I'm gonna say you gotta help me out. It means that I can get a job, I ain't got no source of making any income, then I'm gonna go ask America. But my love for America, it's not a tick. It's the gift. That's what I do every day. Let me see let me see the chat here. So I'm a different immigrant. I'm not a poor immigrant coming to America and say, America, help me out. Nah, never. I'm one of the 0.1% of immigrants who came established in America because I love America. That's it. I'm not here for opportunities. I'm here to make America great. That's why I got a hat on. Let me see right here again. Sadly, America is not always great in fairness and stability. You know what? You know what? You're right. You're right. Who says that again? Ashley, Mary Man, 45. You know what? You're right. You know, we got our own, every country has its own flaws here and there. We got our own flaws. You know what I mean? But overall, if you compare us to other countries, our flaws is less shown because our service to people is greater. Let me say, I don't know whether that makes sense. We got our own flaws in this country, racism and all that extra stuff we got going on here in this country, but we are a giving country. That's why I love America, to be honest, man. I got a heart to give to people. You know what I mean? America has that same heart to give to people. That's just me. I love to give to people, help people out. That's America. That's why I can relate to America, because I see America in two stages, a male and a female. So I can call America the she or the he. Gave. Because I like to give to people. So America, regardless of all its flaws, I got my flaws, you know what I mean? We all got our flaws. But our greatness should supersede our flaws. America is great because she helps people. That's why her flaws is not bad, because she helps anyone. So forget about the differences, racism and all that extra stuff, black oppression and all that. We see that. But we want the greatest country in the world. America is one of the greatest country in the world that gave to any country in the world, period. Let me go back in the chat here. Amen, brother. Somebody say, amen, brother. Hey, the boss killed 2020. Thank you for that. Amen, man. Thank you. They say, my comparison, we are the most generous and the most progressive country. You're definitely right. Let me be honest, man. Let me be honest. I could tell anyone this. America's the greatest country on earth. And I'm saying this because in the country I came from, I always say it's the greatest country in the world. But I gave that title to America. And I'm saying that because of what I'm saying in this country. America would give the last to its worst enemy or enemies. Even though America knows you're the enemy, but they will give to you regardless. Come on, man. Come on now. Come on now. Making America great. Come on now. Again? Come on, man. Look, let me say this. I'm not prepared to wear this hat. I love Trump regardless of all the hat. I got my own custom hat that I wear. It's in my backpack. My own custom hat. My own name on it. But for me to put Trump on this hat, to take my hat off and put Trump on this hat, it gotta mean something. No, hold on, let me take that back. Not to put Trump on his hat. To take my own custom hat and take it off and put it in my backpack and put this on, I believe in this. I believe in this. I want to see America great again. I want to see that. Man, you know what? Let me see. Let me see right here again. It said Liberia was created by America. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yeah. You're right. The greatest city. Yeah, America was created. You know what? And that's the reason why I love America, because you know what? Where I'm from, you guys in the live here. Where I'm from, I'm the only country in Africa colonized by America. So America and myself, we got this bond. This bond. All right. So I'm not just talking. America and I got this bond. But anyway, let's just, yeah. Now let me see. He talks about America like it is a woman. Oh, Gritness City 9. You see Gritness? You see Gritness City 999. See, there you go now. I told you and I on the same page now. She said I talks about America like a woman. I talk about America in two sexist form. One as a male and another as a female. In this instant, I'm talking about America as a female. She gives. You're right. I want to see America united again and respect each other like human beings. Who says that? Farm Boy podcast. I love that. Farm Boy podcast. 30. You know what? We are getting there. And I know you guys are gonna like this, but let me see. Of all the leaders we have had in this country, and you guys can correct me on this, Trump is one of the leaders who loves America more than any president then and now. Period. Take that to the bank and cash that. Trump is the only president then, now, who loves America than any other president. Let me tell you this right here. My greatest president in America, George Bush. And I take Trump over George Bush. George Bush is my favorite, my number one president, hands down. Because George Bush did some things, let me leave it there. My greatest, George Bush. But I put Trump over George Bush. Trump love for America? Shit, man. Are you freaking serious? Are you freaking serious? I see no American in my lifetime who loves America than Trump. I ain't seen none. The matter of fact, I'm not an American, but I love America just as Trump does, too. I'm not American, but my love for America is like Trump. I'm not American, I always say it again, but my love for America, I see no real American who love America than me. I don't see none who loves this country than me. That's why when I speak in this country, I don't speak like an immigrant. When I talk in this country, or if you guys who follow me on social media, if you Google me, I don't talk like an immigrant. I talk like I'm an American. Because when you love a country, you're not watching your back on what you're gonna say. Trump does not watch his back what he's gonna say. If you love something, you just say it. You are a goofer. Thank you. See, that's that's a hater right there. But I love haters though. Haters good. Shut your mic up. There you go. You see that go to haters right there. George W. Bush, yes, I love George W. Bush. So you see, nobody love country than you. You cannot even put together a proper sentence. You know what? I love America. That's the greatest you can ever. That's the best sentence you can ever ask of me. I love America. What do you want me to say? I love America. You want me to tell you what that is? I love America. You want me to tell you what it's a subject, a predicate, and a what? And what else you want to tell you? You want to break that down for you? See, you're a hater. But stay in the chat, though. I love all the haters. Stay in the chat with me. Stay in the chat. You have an accent. You sound like an immigrant. Yes, I'm an immigrant. I'm not Haitian. Some people always say I'm a Haitian. Who's that? Rubali. No. I'm a Liberian. Liberia. Liberian. The only country in Africa that never been enslaved. That's where I'm from. The only country in Africa colonized by this country I'm in. So you understand where that power and that strength comes from? You understand that now? You understand the connection that I got with America? A direct link. I ain't got no mediator. Direct link. Liberia, America. Check the history and get back to me. I love my country, but I don't currently trust our present president. You know what? Let me say again. It's okay not to trust Trump. It's okay. You know what I mean? It's normal. You know what I mean? But let me say this right here, though. For most of us who don't trust President Trump, it's not because we don't trust him. It's because we have never had a leader as him. This is the first uncomfortable leader America have ever had. Maybe I can take the Bushes. George W. Bush could be one. Reagan could be one. But Trump is an unpredictable president that know that this country have never had. Something that you have never had, you can never be comfortable with it. And that's normal. That's normal. That's no. You can never pinpoint to me any president in American history as Trump. So being uncomfortable makes sense. And I agree with you on that one. Don't let the hater, don't let the hater get to, I don't know, you know what? I like the haters. That's why I like the hater to be in the chat. I'm 48 and I have never been the nervous one ever. Oh, there you go, Blonde. Blonde died, B77. Yeah, Blonde, talk to me on that. I'm 48 and never ever been this nervous. Tell me, break that down for me a little bit more. Nervous in what? What you mean? I once heard a lion would never drive impaired, but a tiger would. Who's that right there? Gary O0901. I love that, Gary. Man, you dope, Gary. You dope. He is not a leader at all. But you know what though? You know what? Now it just proved my point. Let me say it again. Do you know any leader in American history as Trump? No, none. Because you never had one, you never knew of one. So this will always be strange to Americans and to the globe, period. So that's it. None of us in this country have ever seen a leader as him. So so we can say, oh, he's not a leader. But who do we know as a leader? Who do you know? Biden? Is a leader? Obama was a leader? And who else besides those two? Obama 8 years, Biden 4 years, 12, who else? And then the George Bush. George Bush was a leader. His dad was a leader. So if you had never had anyone like Trump, then it makes sense why you say he's not a leader, because all the ones that you have had create this chaos we got right now in the Middle East right now. What we're going through right now in the Middle East right now was created by Obama and Joe Biden. 12 years. They never monitor Iran for 12 straight years. Now we got this chaos going on right here. Don't get me started now. Don't get me started now. I once heard a lion would whatever. I love that joke right there. I love that joke. Hat not normal, sir. The hat, you know what? The hat would never be normal because we want America to be great again. That's why we wear the hat. It's not supposed to be normal because we want what was normal to be normal. So thank you for saying that. That is the essence why I wear this hat. Because it's not supposed to be normal. Anything that is normal, who give a F about what is normal? When it's not normal, that's what we talk, right? Trump is not normal. That's what you talk about him, right? The hat is not normal because we want America normal again. Thank you. He cannot read. Yeah, I cannot read. Okay, thank you. That's another joke right there. That's another hater right there. Thank you, brother. Yeah, Trump is unhinged and unpredictable. He is a kudo. Yes. No, let me say it again. Let me say it, guys. The climate that we are in, we need an unpredictable leader. I don't want to say the political climate or the geopolitical climate we're in. We need an unpredictable leader. We need a leader that runs the world that is unpredictable. Get up in the morning, you don't know what the jack he gonna do and what the jack he gonna say and how he gonna say it. You don't need a leader that is predictable, unpredictable. That's why Trump is the greatest leader right now, because he's unpredictable. Thank you. What's the next one right there? What's the next one right there? Yeah, Trump is unpredictable. That you say you are ignorant is in fact. Well, yeah. Thank you. There go another hater right there. I love these haters, man, in my life. He is the type of immigrant we want. That's right. Not because of the political or the politics, but because he loves this country. If you cannot love America, why come? Exactly. No, let me say it again. It pisses me off when I hear immigrants talking about, oh, America is this, oh, America is that, oh, America is this. I'll be like, shut the hell up, man. Shut the hell up. You never had it this good. You never came for anything good. You never came for nothing good. This is the best you will ever have for your freaking life until you die. Shut the hell up. Another thing that pisses me off, when I see immigrant protesting for a job, oh, we don't want to work 24 hours. Are you freaking serious? You don't want to work 24 hours. You never worked for almost 30 freaking years in your life, and you come to America now you don't want to work no more? Is this a retirement country you in? No. Look. You know what? Let me be cordial. Let me be cordial on the live. Let me be very cordial, okay? I hate lazy people. I hate complacency. I hate handout people. I hate opportunists. America not an opportunist. I don't mind working 24 hours around the clock to make a living. Do you know how fortunate I am to work? I came from a home where my parents told me I could not work. My dad told me I would never work for nobody. I worked for my parents all my life. To come to America where I can work for myself and work for other people? Do you think I'll take that for granted? Do you think I would just, come on, man. I'm not saying my dad, my mom did me a disfavor about working for them. But I would never complain about working a job 24/7. Never. For what? For what? Why am I going to protest? Oh, I don't want to work for 24 hours around the clock. Give me a job to do. If you're going to pay me, I'll do it. You know what I mean? I got an entrepreneur mindset, but I don't mind working. Because I like to earn. Come on, man. Come on now. Let me see right here. He is the type of, okay, let me see right here. So that was a typo. Somebody said a typo. Okay, give me the real one. That was a typo. It is pathetic to want to be a part of something that does not want you to be a part of them. Who's that? OC 516. OC, can you be more direct on that? It is pathetic to want to be a part of something that does not want you to be a part of it. Can you guys be more clear? Because you know what? I want to address all of you guys' comment, but make it clear, make it more readable. Give me a little beam on it, to the key, to the point. Our relationship with Israel is not normal. Man, our relationship with Israel, it is not normal. It is not normal. Our relationship with Israel, it is not normal. All right, you know what? Let me see if I can answer that question like Trump. Israel is America's greatest ally. Period. Period. Our greatest ally is Israel. Period. Now, I'm gonna play the middleman role, but I'm gonna be very precise, right? I support Israel in every form and everything to do. All right? Forget about Trump, forget about his hat. Forget all that. I support Israel in everything to do. But also, again, when I see violence going on by the country that I support, I still criticize that country regardless of what I support. Even Trump. I love Trump to death, but I criticize Trump. I'm one of the greatest Trump critics. I love people, but I'll criticize you if it comes to human rights. Israel attacks on Lebanon, the Palestine, and the Hezbollah and all that extra stuff. I got my own take on that. There can be a solution on that than violence. So I criticize Israel on most of that occasion. But they are our greatest allies. Greatest. No country is loyal to America than Israel. Keep that in mind. Let me say it again. No country on God freaking earth is greater of a greater ally to America than Israel. Keep that in mind. I'm not saying other countries, Germany, France, I'm not saying they're not allies. I'm saying the greatest allies to America is Israel. So when something goes wrong, even if they do something wrong, we will still stand because they are our greatest allies. When you understand the greatest allies, you will understand why it looks abnormal or not normal because they are our greatest ally. If we were to go to war today in any other country, Israel would not think, even if we were right or wrong, they would side with the U.S. because we are their greatest allies. Now, people say, oh, we had no business going to declare war on Iran. We didn't have no business doing that. It comes to the point again. Israel is our greatest ally. So if Israel gets to go to war, even if it don't make no sense, we will support them. All right? I know it sounds stupid, but when you put that greatest in that context, then you understand why America is involved with Israel, because they're our greatest. They're not our least ally. They're not just our ally. They are our greatest. They are our second strength. Let me say again. They are our second strength. If the whole world decided to attack us today, our second strength is Israel. We can never screw that up. Even though Israel have done so many stupid stuff in the Middle East, Trump has said, we don't agree with that, but you never hear Trump say we against Israel. We don't agree with that attack. We will talk to Israel because your greatest allies, and more or less your greatest loyalty. All right? Let me see. Somebody says something here. You can say anything is not normal and technically not be wrong. You're right, Ashley, Mary, man. You're right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right and not be wrong. You're definitely right on that one. The greatest president ever in history, most intelligent man in history. You're right. You know what I mean? Look, you know, people don't understand it. People don't understand this. People don't understand this, though. Trump is not just, let me use the best word. He's not just Trump. All right, let me say that. Trump is very smart. Very intelligent. You know how I know that Trump is very smart? Trump came into this political field with a business mindset. Trump has transitioned to a political mindset. All right? That's how you know someone is genius. Came to America. Trump ran America first on what he knew as a businessman. When he came back into office now, he came as a political or war strategist. You know, let me not even go. No, let me. That's a different IQ. I don't even want to talk about right there. That's intelligent right there. Trump is smart, hands down. All right, very smart. He is very smart. He said we don't need anything because you are not part of we. If you are speaking about the we have to go to. Oh, OC 516. That, you know what? I like that. I like that. So that hat is ugly, man. Sorry, made in China. Yeah, you know what? There goes another hater. I always got a few haters in the chat here. Trump does whatever Netanyahu says. Pretty predictable. You know what? Again, it comes down to greater allies. Netanyahu will do the same thing Trump would do. Have you thought about that? So they're both lace off of one another. You know what I mean? So it makes sense what you're saying there, because if we're in Netanyahu's shoes, he would do what Trump asked him to do. Now that it's in his shoes, Trump has to do what he asks of him. So that's the same thing I talk about. Loyalty. You know what I mean? Not loyalty, but greater allies. Somebody said Blue 525 said you a bomb. Ooh. Okay, let me give a definition of that word bomb. You know what I mean? The black let me see. Let me use the word. The black underestimated man. Or the black unpredictable man. So you are the black unpredictable man. Thank you for that. I'm a bomb. Black unpredictable man. I'm going to have to post that on my Facebook. Black, unpredictable man. I'm a bomb. Ooh. Now, it say, how about you enlist on the military, you fight for this? To be honest, I did try to enlist into the U.S. Air Force. To be honest, the U.S. Air Force. Not just the Navy, but the Air Force. I did. And do you know what happened though? I screwed up. I was supposed to And that was in Minneapolis. It was in Minneapolis. I was scheduled to be in St. Paul to get on the the van. Yeah, watch this. To get on the van. I thought to be honest, I thought we were scheduled last month. I wrote it down as April 20, I think it was 26. We departed March 26. I missed that. So when I got there April 26, the guy told me, I'm gonna have to go through the process all over again. And at that point in time, I'm like, you know what? I got a job there. I'm like, you know what? Maybe it was not meant to be. Oh, I would have been in the Air Force. So yeah, so you're right. I would have been. I would have served. But I missed that. So yeah, I am now. Have your child come back from this war in the casket. Can you imagine? You know what? To be honest, I would not mind serving America. I would not mind serving America. If I had a chance, the chance that I missed, I would not mind serving. So, you know what I mean? Anyway, I hate yellow teeth. There goes the hater again. I hate yellow teeth. Who that? Terrence Teofoki. All right, I'll take it. It said, what it sounds like you from the islands. I'm not from the islands. Where you from? You from the United States? You don't act like, no, I'm not from America now. No. And work for Trump? No, I don't work for Trump. But you know what? I don't work for Trump. But guess what? I work in the Trump Eric. I don't work for Trump, but in the Eric, yes, I do. So right now, the job I do right now, I'm doing it on the Trump administration right now. I don't work directly with Trump or for Trump, but yes. To blonde, those soldiers signed to be in the military. You're right. Thank you. Who's that? Lazy Beth. Thank you. You're right. You signed up to serve your country. Let me tell you this right here. In my country, I signed up to serve. When I became 18, I served my country 18, 19, 20, 21, and I left after, 18, 19, 20, 21. I served my country for 4 years. All right? So when I became 18, I got in 4 years. So come on, man. Come on now. Blonde B77 say they did not sign up to fight for. You're right. They did not sign up to fight for bull. I understand that. Come on, but you know what? You cannot say the war in Iran is bull. You cannot say that. When you join the military, you sign up for every war, whether it's bull or it's not bull. You sign up. When you sign up, you sign up. So you can't say the war that is going on right now and our troops about to be deployed. You can say that's bull crap. This, you signed up to serve. You signed up to serve. All right. You are so ignorant. Who said that again? Osia, you sound like you are straight up someone who just don't have any heart for human being. Every post that I read about you is negativity. But stay in the chat, though. Stay in the chat. I love you. Did though. Ashley Merriman 4520. I agree with you. My friend who I know still working, and she's 84 years old, work in a coffee every day. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Ashley Pease, yeah. Mad love. 84? Man, if I'm 84, I'm still going to keep working. Trust and believe. I love it. They signed up knowing they were likely going to be deployed. That's right. Ashley, Mary May, 42. That's right. That's what they signed up for. Come on now. You know what I mean? So, if you sign up to serve, you got to go and serve. It doesn't matter whether it's a bowl or not bowl. You got to go serve. Let me see here. In my opinion, FDRA is somebody going crazy now. They're talking out. deployed to fight for a legitimate cause. But you know what? Blonde B7. Yeah, but you know what though? I mean, when do you know it's legitimate, not legitimate? When do you know that? You can't say the war right now in Iran is not legitimate. It's a legitimate war. You may say, well, we did not create it, but our greater allies is in the war. Not only just that, how many times have America told Iran to not develop a nuke? But not even just that. The protests in Iran, people were dying. Protesters were dying. Do you know that? Iranians were killing those protesters. In America, not in America, in Iran. Come on, man. So come on. God, let's get some heart in this chat, okay? Let's not just sound too literal. Let's have a little heart here. You know what I mean? People dying every day protesting in Iran because they didn't like the government, they didn't like what was going on. You didn't watch the news? Israel got attacked. Now, our great allies in the war, we got to support our allies. So that war is still a legitimate war for our soldiers to fight. You cannot just make a war only fit you definition because you don't like it. Who said that? Ashley Mary May. Yeah. So you hate everything that you are exhibiting and doing at this very moment. What's that? What is that? Osea 516. Be more clear now, because I'm reading so many other stuff here. Another hater is Mike Catella. Creamy 1988. Blum thinks they can determine what is legitimate cause. Yes, they can. They're cool, but ain't matter how creamy. All right, good. Okay. You give billions to millions to many countries. Why single out Israel? That's correct, guys. I like the conversation. I like you guys going back and forth in the chat. It's good. That was not a question. That was a statement. All right, but Oseo 516, can you just tie in the beginning part of that so I can get a clear understanding? Because I'm going through a bunch of messages here, and I'm kind of fading off of y'all stuff at the same time. And you are the greatest dumb lie. Somebody said it again. Terrence 04K. Thank you, Terrence. What are you talking about? All right, too many American citizens here who write like 5 years. That's right, Lisa Beth. That's right. That's why I keep saying, if you guys want to criticize me, I don't mind being criticized. But can you write something constructive, something that has a subject, a predicate, and then a sentence completion so I understand, and then I can respond. But if you're talking in bits and pieces, I don't understand that. I can read and understand it. I don't want to make up what you're saying. It is a chat, IYS, and knowing to type. If you can type, just take that little thing on your phone and talk to it. Trump loved this country and always has. That's right. Lisa Beth, that's right. He always has. Always will. Facts, Ashley, that's right. He always does. Creamy says to Ash or to Lisa, Trump is boss to the war. He is an old man that does not give a F at this point about what people think of. You know what? Sometimes that's how it's supposed to be sometimes. And you put your feet down sometimes, you know what I mean? You just don't, we always care about what other people think about our actions, you know what I mean? Or what we gonna do, you know what I mean? But sometimes you gotta say, you know what? F all that noise, I don't give a crap. I'm gonna do this, and that's it. So Trump has made up his mind to say, you know what, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it, whether it's good or not, whether you like it or not. Even if it's not good, if it's good, you're still gonna talk anyway, regardless. It's people, man. It is a fact when it cannot be proven. Absolutely right. It cannot be confirmed or denied, so it is opinion, okay? Can somebody translate for me so I can debate this dude? I don't speak rambly for a second. Okay, no, I'll do it for you. I'm standing here at this courthouse where the court proceeding is going on. We got two not underage, 18 and 19 years old. 18 years old is Emir Balat. And we got, what's the name here? Ibrahim Kayumi. these two kids who created a bomb, an explosive, and took that explosive to Gracie Mansion, where folks were protesting, and they tried to set this explosive, this bomb, and the bomb did not fully exploded, and they got arrested by NYPD. These kids are in here facing court today. So if you got a question, ask me. I'll break it down for you in the chat. But besides that, we drifted off to talk about Trump in America. That's what we're on right now. So we left this court discussion and we are discussing America in the chat. So that's what we're talking about. So you want me to give you an update on this? I can give you an update on this. So those in the chat right now already heard what's going on here. So we're discussing America now, Trump and other stuff in this chat. So when you're on this chat, that's what we're talking about. If you need more information on this, let me know in the chat. I will go back anytime and give you an update. It was a few years back, but he has said it. This man is not saying he just loves hearing himself talk. Thank you. They're going down to hit it again. Say not, confirm it's a proven fact. Black for Trump. That's right, Blacksmith, black for Trump. You know what? No, you know what? It's not black for Trump. Don't say that black for Trump. Say black for America. All right? This right here is America. It's not Trump. This hat does not say Trump. This hat says make America great. There's a difference. Trump is wearing this hat that said make America great. If I had a Trump hat on, then it would be a whole different debate. But I got make America great. This hat can be worn by anyone who wants to see America great. Do you know that Trump has his own hat that says Trump on it? So when you wear that one right there, then you are with Trump, Trump, Trump. I am Trump guy, don't get it wrong. But the hat I'm wearing here is for America. That's a difference. So all you guys in the chat who are trying to be very logical and debatable, now let me educate you on something. This hat is for all Americans. The Trump hat is for Trump supporters and Trump. I am with America. Make America great. It ain't say make Trump great. So now you guys who trying to be smart and trying to play this game, now I'm trying to school you now. I'm very educated now. Very smart man standing in front of you now. This hat represents America. Ain't no Trump on this hat. See right here? Come on. Now let's go back. Let me see my haters now. Oh man, I got so many. Ooh, boy. Ooh, look at the amount of comments I got here. Boy, you guys are killing me on this comment. You made yourself a target. Oh, that's right. I love, I love you guys, man. I love the debate. You guys are very intellectual. Look at you guys going back and forth in the chat, debating stuff. See, that's what really, real people do. We share ideas. You see, that's what we're supposed to do. Correct one another. Educate one another. I love that right there. I am disgusted by the comment here. The true racism is shining through WTF. Who? Yeah, you know what? I'm seeing a lot of racist comment in this chat. To be honest, I'm seeing a lot of racist comment. Impeach Trump. Somebody telling me, somebody calling me a racist. All this stuff in the comment, guys. Come on, man. Come on now. Listen. You guys' opinions are still respected. I don't block nobody. I don't bully nobody. I don't call nobody, words back in the chat. You know what I mean? But I'm an American though. It's all about putting America first though. That's it right here. That's it. You know what I mean? That's all it's about. You know what I mean? And I will always do this quite often. As a matter of fact, tomorrow, I'm gonna go live tomorrow again. And I want you guys to come on tomorrow again. I got another discussion tomorrow again that will set this whole discussion up again tomorrow. And we'll tap into this more and more. Any more questions here? Osisa, you are attempting to sound intelligent, but it is clear you are struggling. That's Lisa Beth right there. Don't mess with Lisa Beth now. Lisa Beth 29, 24. That girl, she knows it. She knows the stuff. You know what I mean? She knows the stuff. Don't get it wrong now. She knows the stuff. The African comments are trash. Do better, people. Lisa, the African comments are trash. You're right. You definitely look. If we can have intellectual conversation and not just use reckless words and just use profanity. If you want to use profanity, can you be more clear so I can understand? You know what I mean? I don't mind you calling me whatever you want to call me. I don't mind. I don't mind that at all. That's the reason why I do what I do. I'm a journalist. That's why I'm a content creator. I'm an influencer. Nothing you guys can tell me will make me feel like, oh, I'm going to block you. No. Not at all. I want you guys to express yourself. But make sure you're clear so we can read and understand. So Lisa Beth can respond because she's helping me in this chat. Okay. And so other people in the chat can help me in the chat respond to certain questions that I cannot respond to. Be clear. You know, it's an open chat. You can say what you want to say, express yourself, say what the heck you want to say. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we all learn something. Hey, brother, I call you my countryman. Somebody say, hey, brother, I call you my countryman. Thank you, man. Who's that? Mr. Judge 6738. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Since you are not blocking people, but you know what, though? But watch this, though. If I block people, then what that shows? What that shows? If I block people, what that shows? It shows that I am weak. It shows that I cannot handle myself with comments. It shows that I'm not accessible to critique. No, man. You know what I mean? No. I'm not here to block nobody. I'm not here to condemn nobody. I'm not here to bully nobody. Just make sure what you say is clear so I can read it and read it back to the audience. You can say anything about me. I don't mind you saying it because, you know, at the end of the day, it don't change nothing about me. I'm still going to wear the hat. I'm still going to wear the shirt. I'm still going to talk the way I talk. I'm a journalist at the end of the day. Come on now. You're not changing nothing about me. But what you do going to do, we all going to share some ideas and grow. That's the core. Nobody likes truth. It is on both sides, just human nature. You're right. Nobody likes truth. Nobody likes truth. I don't know. Yeah, man. What else again? Hey, somebody, these people are too far. You have to. All right, guys. Now, what time is it now? Oh, man, look at you guys. You got all my time. I got to be somewhere else to film something else here. I love you guys, man. God bless. Tomorrow, when I go live again, you guys will see that. Make sure you follow me now, because tomorrow I'm going live with another discussion tomorrow again. The same hat on tomorrow again. I'm going to try to bring my Harvard shirt on tomorrow again to get more hate on Harvard tomorrow again. All right, guys, look, I love you guys tomorrow again. I'm going to come back live tomorrow again. Maybe at another scene tomorrow, and we can all dive into another discussion again. I'd like to hear you guys comment. You guys take on something. I love you guys, and God bless. God bless you guys, man. Bye.